Have some U.S. firms been slow to accept the MiFID II requirements?
Yeah, I believe they have. I think a lot of them view them as a European requirement, not knowing the indirect consequences they may have as a sub-manager to a UCITS fund, a platform vehicle that's based in Europe and that nature. I also think there are a lot of institutional investors that are beginning to see the MiFID II requirements that are based in the U.S. and like to get the same stuff here in the U.S., such as research.
Are some firms developing two sets of MiFID II compliance systems, one for European trading and another for non-European transactions?
This is something that I believe a lot of firms are beginning to grapple with right now because there's a huge conflict of interest here. First of all, if you have a traditional long-short fund that's based in the Cayman Islands versus a UCITS product, I think you're trying to figure out how do I deal with the unbundling, how I deal with the transaction approach, because now you're going to have to deal with two different ways of reporting things. I'm a firm believer have one system, but have multiple ways to get the information out of that system. I think when you start with two systems, you deal with a lot more conflicts, and both the regulators and your clients aren't going to be happy with that.
What is the biggest challenge that firms are facing when they are servicing multiple MiFID II masters?
Multiple MiFID II masters, I think the biggest problem is it's like dealing with multiple family members who all have different tastes, and you're trying to best understand who, think of it as a Thanksgiving dinner. You have some family members that like meat, some family members that don't like meat. Let's make sure that we can satisfy everybody, have the tofu, have the non-tofu, but maybe have it come out of the same oven to make sure the process is easy there, because you want to make it easy enough for your firm but stay in compliance with everything.
And this has been brought up at the conference today that there can be a synergy among regulatory reporting deadlines. Is that a reality?
Well, I'm an optimist. I plan for the worst and hope for the best. I really do hope that we can get some synergy, but I actually think the institutional client and the investors are going to make those synergies happen to us more than the regulators, because they're going to want the same things. If one client gets information, for example, on their research, the client that doesn't have that may ask for that same information. We saw that happened a lot with AIFMD reporting and Form PF reporting.